Hello, chat. Hi. I don't expect this to be a very exciting stream. It's not the point of this stream. The point of this stream is mostly for me to have company while I do a lot of building. Because I got a lot of building to do. And I don't really feel like doing it alone. So, woo, company. Anyways, there's these big mountains. I get to fill them in with rocks. Because it was easier for SK to build them without rock. And unfortunately, they needed to be with rock. Would it have been easier if it was built with rock since the beginning? Probably, but I think the original plan was for these to have just be like explorable areas, which would have been fun, but it doesn't, it kind of looks weird. So, kind of scrapping that idea. Could also probably put a bunch of like endos as props and some other stuff, but I'm kind of lazy. I'm just doing this that way SK can do the texturing. Hi, Phil. Can you use World Edit to do this faster? Kinda. Sorta. So, the way that World Edit works, there's probably a, like, fill command that would fill in, like, a hollow area. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that much about World Edit that I would know that. I'm also using like a plugin version, so I know that some of the commands are also just different. But there probably is some kind of World Edit command that would do this faster, but I don't know it for the most part. And like fill would kind of work, just the standard like / fill. So like I could do like here and then do like here. It would be set stone. But it also like would mess up the outside if I'm not careful with how I do the fill command. So there's a bit of like I have to be careful not to accidentally make the outside weird. So there's kind of like a mix issue here. Just give myself night vision. I'm going to be under a rock so much. So like you'll see me do a little bit mix of both because it's, for some of it, yeah, absolutely. World Edit's just going to make this fucking faster. Like right here's a really good example. If I were to do here to here, like let's just say here to here, so that way I can show you as an example, and I set the stone, that happens, and I don't want to do that. So that's kind of my big problem right now is that like you can really only do it in chunks. I wish there was a way to like fill in an area. There probably is. I just would need brain cells to know how to do it, and to be honest, I'm just not that person. Not that guy. PNG tuber looks really good. Thank you. This is PC. I wonder if I could, if I just fill. No, not here. It would be world edit fill. Fill down. Radius.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back. Section off a cube for filling. It can't get the outside. Yeah, I can section it into cubes, but I have to like flatten it, and it's just at that point. It's the world edit. Oh, that's interesting.
I'm back.
I'm gonna use this just to experiment a little bit. I don't know what I'm about to do, but I'm about to do something.
Please don't explode the server.
Oh, but I did select a region. Don't worry.
What? Are you saying what to what PC said, or what in general? To what PC said.
What if I do sphere?
Sphere? You can do that?
Yeah, just like what happens if I just oh
Oh.
huh.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh.
If I just kind of like I don't know if I just like
Oh my.
just decided for funsies just to do that. Oh, huh. I learned something new. I can change the way that my wand selects.
Oh.
What about these other shapes? That's sphere. What the? Is that a wheel? I made a wheel.
Oh my god. PC.
PC, you reinvented the wheel PC. How'd you manage that one?
It's a good question. I just Oh, nothing happened. I don't like when nothing happens. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to a cube. 'Cause I'm frightened, quite frankly. If you just select off a cube, more importantly, PC has discovered.
Bagel / hungry.
Let's see. What other commands do we have in here? What the hell? Wait. Oh my god!
Oh. Wait, what did you just do?
Oh.
Wait, that's crazy.
I mean, I know there's like a wall command. Because I think, what, SK
No, this
got rid
isn't
of
wall,
command?
this is outline, so it does the top and the bottom.
Oh. So a box.
Instant room command discovered. That is exactly my thought. Is like, damn, that backrooms one is going to be so much easier. I just figured out how to make the backrooms so much easier.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I already knew about Hollow. Move, stack. Line, curve, yeah. Forest. Flora. Flora would be a command that would be really good for doing in the forest areas. Copy, paste, rotate, schematic. Clear. I already knew all that. Generate and forest gen pumpkins. Toggle place, fill. Wait. R. What? Hang on, wait. If I just like Did this. Oh no. Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I don't want that. Not for wire or anything up. Yeah. Oh my god, there's a world edit command just called Butcher?
What?
It kills nearby mobs. Oh my god.
We could have done that this whole time!
Well, okay. I don't know the radius of that command,
Oh.
but it specifies
that's-
mobs. Do we want to? This is the builder world.
Is this a thing? Is there like?
This is the builder
Do you
world.
think there's a world edit wiki?
That
Oh,
is what I'm
God.
looking at.
Oh, 7 pig. One small
Oh.
step for pig and oh.
Okay, wait. So if I
Pig. Well, bro's not butchering.
So this didn't die. Good news. Bad news. You didn't die either. Might be for specifically hostile mobs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No, buddy, you were supposed to.
Oh my god, there actually is a world edit wiki. I was joking.
No, I'm literally looking at it. Why do you think I'm learning these commands? I'm literally reading it. Although it's gonna have all the like updated commands too, which I don't necessarily have access to.
Yeah, that could also be it.
Nothing happened. Like I know green is a thing. Oh god, what's this command? Okay, good. I don't have access to it. It's called flood.
Why would you test that?
Called flood.
Why, PC?
I'm just curious.
Freaking POV Noah's Ark.
Man, do you have any idea how much I gotta fill up? Like this one looks big, right? But there's more than one of these mountains.
Wait, so why do you have to fill it up?
So originally SK made it hollow because it was gonna be for a pie thing. But honestly, it looks kind of dumb hollow, and that's not SK's fault. I thought it would be fine, and then I saw it hollow, and I went, "That's stupid. Stop." And so now it needs to be all filled in because the idea was that we were gonna be able to like run around in the tunnels and stuff, but it just kind of looks dumb, and I don't want to do that. So the idea is that I'm gonna dig out tunnels once they're all filled. Like once they're all filled in and textured, I'll dig out tunnels that we can run through some of the bigger mounds. But that way it'll look more natural. But in the meantime, they're kind of here. What the hell?
What are you? What?
There's a mask
Black
command. That would probably be how I would do that, but yeah, that would probably be how I would do that, is using the mask tool. I probably could like mask stuff and do it, but oh my god. Why did I agree to do this? I'm the only one who's been working on this. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I can do this.
Do
I don't need any
you
help.
want help or
I don't need any help.
is this?
It's fine. Okay. Yes, I want help, please.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I
Is this
fucking
a cry
beg.
for
I
help?
fucking
is
beg.
Is this like a
I
moment
fucking
where
beg,
it's like
please.
you say?
Yes, this
you
is
don't
a
want
moment where
help
I say I
and
don't want help, and you absolutely say, "Shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm getting on the server right now."
Okay.
And I go, "Oh, sobs. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to accept your help." And then I happily accept your help
accept
because,
my help. God damn it.
and I happily accept your help because actually I don't want to do this on my own. Oh my god.
I'd want to help, but would you permit me to help?
You got
No.
shit to do. You got homework. And
I'm literally drawing right now. I can spare some time.
what you drawing?
Nothing.
What you drawing?
Nothing.
Nosy noises. Is it a certain fox? Maybe. Is it maybe a certain fox? Maybe.
Sarah
Maybe.
Fox?
Oh, because Luna's other.
Bro had.
is-
Bro, I don't think a bro is doing
No,
that.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
I'm not
because I
doing
thought
that
you
right
were,
now.
you know, Luna's- So that's why I thought you were being like sneaky bad because like,
No.
oh ha. That's why I was
No, I'm
like,
doing
oh.
another thing. Don't. It's still good. Don't worry. It's still good.
Is it for the same
You're getting
thing?
art.
Is it?
No. It's special.
Oh, it's for funsies.
Yeah.
For funsies.
I'm actually almost done. So give me like a couple minutes. Then I'll come up on to help.
I would appreciate that because, oh my god. I think Ness helped a little bit with like a few mounds, and I was like, that's cool. And I've done quite a few of the smaller mounds, but there's so many big ones I just haven't gotten to, and this one I
Okay,
think
I'm
is the
good.
biggest. This one
good
I
at
think is the
filling
biggest.
stuff in. I'm good at.
This seems like a job for a
staying
computer
in
science
the-
major, which I am not. Yeah. Like I said, it's probably, like, I probably could use the mask tool. That probably would solve this. These pillars are honestly in the way. Surprisingly, they actually make this worse somehow. Somehow, this is worse. You could just teleport to Mayflower.
Hello, help has arrived. Help needs to be in creative. Okay, help is here. You want me to move to a different mound?
No.
And let you do
We'll do this. We'll do this one together. I'm just getting rid of some of these
Okay.
pillars because they're actually kind of in the way.
Oh, yeah.
Unironically, actually in the way. For some
As a
reason,
heads up,
they're not.
Depending on how long this goes on for, I probably should go to
You'll
bed.
have to go to
Not
bed at
right
some
now,
point. Yeah.
because I do have to go 2 hours away to Connecticut.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's a weekend. Hang on. What?
Cause I'm going to an aquarium in Connecticut at like 8 in the morning.
Jesus. Fuck you doing that for?
Cause I wanted to go to the aquarium.
Is
'Cause
it
I've
like
been to the
a
one.
is it like a school thing or?
No, it's for Girl Scouts.
I was gonna say it's either girl thing or either school or Girl Scouts.
Yeah, and it was like either this or Boston Aquarium, and I've been to Boston Aquarium before, so like that's an easy place to go to. It's not every day you got to go all the way over there. Like Boston, it's just an hour away. Like you can take the train there.
But yeah, no, this is. Looking into the mask tool would practically turn this into a digital art platform where the border is masked and everything inside
Yeah, it
gets
might as
filled.
well just be Photoshop.
That is, yeah, no, I do believe that's probably what the tool does, but I don't know exactly how it works, and I'd be really scared that I'd crash something. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like doing that. If that just means I have to do this by hand, then this isn't the worst thing I've had to fill in by hand.
Oh wow.
This is not the worst thing I've ever done, so. The first time I've ever had to fill in a scrapyard, but it would not be the worst thing I've ever filled in. And at some point, maybe Ness will join me.
Or is stone a placeholder?
So stone is part of this. SK is going to texture it using a world edit command that will select all the stone to do it. It cannot just select the error because that would fuck everything up.
And then this would all have been for naught.
Flare also be doing the most effective way by the hand method, which is holding place and S at the same time and just doing full rows. Absolutely. I know I'm not being effective with this. I don't give a shit. I'm just...
Wait, how is your strategy?
Apparently you're doing it effectively.
Well, I'm just kind of going, like, layer by layer. That's all I'm doing. Just to make sure I don't miss any air gaps.
Usually the ceiling is low enough, I just look up and place blocks. Once we get to these lower areas, I can always just, like, kind of... And then we just come in here and make sure there's none.
I'm glad I moved, because otherwise I would have been...
Oh boy, roxism. You would say that, wouldn't you?
What? What does that mean?
M would be excited about the rocks. Heckin' penguin. Wouldn't SK be the most excited about rocks? No.
I assume that's because of Lennox. They said that.
That's just a character. Did I do that right? Just shadowing. Okay. Bro calling out my penguin BS in the big 2026. Hell yeah, I do.
I feel like this is going a lot faster than it would have been if I wasn't like, hey, do you want help?
Oh, for sure.
Like, you would have been just suffering in silence, and then it's.
I don't even acknowledge the biggest penguin insult, though, which is telling them to look at their knees.
Oh my god.
They don't have knees, Flare.
It's not even, like, not
penguins,
even hidden?
No, penguins don't have knees.
Oh my god. Oh. I was thinking they were at least,
They do have knees? They do. They have knees? I thought they didn't. Look at a skeleton.
I thought it was just a visual thing, like owls. Where it's like, you bring it up, and then it's like, oh.
I mean, at the very least, they won't be
there's
able to see their own
legs under
knees
there.
because there's all the feathers.
Hey, it's for survival. It's either you freeze to death or you can't see your knees, and I think that's a worthy trade-off. Also, that's where they carry their children, so like...
Their knees are permanently wall-sitting.
What? Oh dear.
And then we just make sure every now and then to go into spectator and just kind of pop up.
Oh yeah, no, I've
around.
been doing it. It's crazy because you go into spectator, you go into the thing, and then you just get blinded by the sky. At least I do, because I'm not... I can see fine. I don't need the night vision.
Pull up videos while I'm doing this. Just a pic of one of the random pics on Discord. I will look later. But also like M's thoughts on the image. Go look in the random pics in the Discord. Chat once your thoughts.
It has been complete. I go to help.
Yippee.
Not as scary as an elephant skeleton though, but that one has fun lore. Oh god.
Don't they look somewhat like cyclopses? Oh hey.
Go Flicker.
Alright.
Fill in the rock. Blair knows. Yeah, it's likely the ancient Greeks found an extinct dwarf elephant from that region and thought the trunk hole was an eye. Oh god. There's just gonna be a lot of rock this stream.
Rock building stream. I mean, hey, people have streamed paint drying before, so it's like this is about an average stream. Oh my god.
I would love to see what they thought a giraffe looked like. Again, I'll look at those after stream though, because the whole point is to focus. I need this done, not like super quickly, but kind of quickly.
Needs to get
Are
done.
you
Just
plotting
generally.
things?
Well, this needs to be done for CCCH.
Ah.
There's
I
a
see.
particular character that requires this to be done for.
Oh man, I wonder who.
I wonder.
I put myself in a box.
It's okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here.
Well, I mean, if you could fill it in with world edit and then just spectate out.
This is true.
Because that's what I did before. I think someone blocked me in here, actually. I think PC entrapped me in the stone.
Oops, my bad.
Oh god, not again, please. I have my soul now.
You're being
Free.
entombed.
No, I have my soul. It's in my drawer. I'm okay. I'm okay now.
For now. Oh
For now,
god,
as in
Flicker.
the okay, or for now, as in the having my soul in my drawer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I spectated to check our progress, and I just see Flicker in a 1x2 space.
Like, are you having problems over there?
I gotta figure out how to do world edit.
Oh yeah, Flicker doesn't really do world edit, do they?
Not really.
You want
Flicker,
me
Flare,
to
go get it.
entrap you?
Flare, go get it.
help?
Flare, go get it.
Oh, okay.
Flare, go get him.
Okay, this is going to be really cramped in a second.
Flicker, you could just come over to where I am.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay. I've been abandoned to do job.
You said you got it.
I know. I was thinking, there is a hole here. It's okay, gang. I filled the hole. See, this would have taken so much longer, PC. Oh god. Okay, now. Okay, there's too many people in here. I'm out. I'm out. There's too many people in such a cramped space to fill this in effectively. Oh no.
Well,
Just watching them look around.
Oops.
Oh, frick.
Somebody caught an area over here.
Huh?
Somebody world edited outside of the block.
no.
Okay. Alright, spread out, people.
Oh, okay.
Go find one to fill in.
Oh, Flicker took the one I was gonna grab.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
I know, I just find it funny. The flourish strike again. Fun
Cheeky.
fact, chat. The animatronic version of our pie characters, we were coming up with names for them. And I took a long think about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Ember. And then PC's like, okay, Flare. Flicker
No.
may have already picked that. And I was like, god damn it, Flicker. Not again.
We share a brain cell.
We share our brains, yeah. So why is there holes in some of them? Is that...
Well,
So the
'cause they
holes
were meant to
are
be-
well, this was meant to be an area in which you guys could go inside of.
Oh.
That's why there's all the pillars, because that's how the trash was being held up, was by the pillars. And then I was like,
Oh.
no, this is dumb.
So just ignore the holes, basically.
I think we're just supposed to fill in everything.
Okay.
Aw.
Aw.
Sticker.
There's city.
They're so
I,
silly.
the hands became a little wonky. I was kind of struggling with hands today. So the hands got the line art a little shaky. But I got the posing right, I think. I had the thumbs facing inward and everything.
The thumbs are, in fact, in the correct direction.
Yippee! I'll put it in the art chat in a little bit. I want to see if more people's react to it.
Oh, hang on. I got this. Hang on. I'm gonna
Oh,
mute
okay.
myself on stream real quick so I can do this.
Oh, okay.
What? Ah, they're
Okay,
having
cool.
a hangout, aren't they? I was wondering where they went.
I hear Nessa squeal.
Oh,
What? Haru is also squealing.
yay!
no. Today Silent has done a lot of crying in the slash pause way.
Good. Let them sob. Slash pause.
I gave him a sushi seal and a wasabi sea bunny.
I cried
I'm
twice.
so glad they.
No one else has broken me. Thank God.
I'm so glad I at least made Silent cry, cause
You made me very happy, but the crying had more to do with what was said along with the art. That was more of why I cried. Because both Purple and Mar sent me very sweet messages.
Oh, I didn't know Purple sent you one. That's awesome.
Yes, Purple did. That's what was in the art chat. If you scroll up a little bit, it's the Tattletale characters.
Oh yeah, I knew about the art. I just didn't know about the message. It's very good art, though.
Yeah, it's a very short message, but it's very sweet coming from Purple. Like it is more than I expected from Purple.
Also, to be fair, I think they save the paragraphs for when it's like super serious and they need to get someone the hell out of there.
For real though. It honestly it kind of frightens me anytime Purple sends paragraphs. I'm always a little intimidated.
Probably a good thing they didn't send a paragraph.
I mean it is a paragraph. Like they sent quite a lengthy message to me. It's just it is just a lot of very sweet things, especially considering that Purple is very not quiet. Quiet is not the correct word, but I think Purple keeps a lot of their thoughts and feelings kind of to themselves a lot, which is totally fine. I do understand, but it does mean that like when Purple does write things or say things like that, especially unprompted, it's very sweet. Reserved, an apt term. Yeah, I do believe that reserved is probably an appropriate term.
Yeah, that fits Purple.
Purple is quite reserved. That doesn't mean they don't show that they care. It just they show it in very like specific ways. Which is again totally fine. They're totally welcome to do that. It just means that when they do stuff like that, what was in DMs this morning, it makes me very happy. It's very sweet.
Mar also sent me something.
Oh, Mar did?
Yeah.
Did you put it in the art chat?
Not yet. I am now.
You should do that, nerd.
I'm gonna go put this up on Toy House.
Oh,
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Did you think I wasn't gonna?
No, I didn't.
Lucy might
realize you were
strangle
gonna-
me.
Oh, I
Oh.
didn't realize you were gonna do it right now.
I
That
am
was the-
doing it
that was
right
the
now because Lucy is attempting to strangle me so that she can
Oh.
exist,
Oh
and
my
she
God,
is
not on-
not allowed on live streams. So
Yeah, we
I
kind of
am
want to prevent the child.
I am doing this to make her happy, so she will be happy in her little corner. She's not allowed on live streams.
Yeah, no.
Um,
Please
not
stay
at
in the
least not
corner.
completely unsupervised. If she's
And I assume
supervised, then it's
strangling means
yeah. When she's supervised,
Yep.
it's a little tent. She really shouldn't be on live streams, because then I can't stop her from saying anything silly. Because she does not have the same holdback that I do. And unfortunately, as seen by some silly people taking silly screenshots out of context sometimes, having the full context is kind of important, and Lucy kind of sometimes forgets to
Yeah.
give context when she's speaking, which can lead to some
Yeah.
unfortunately suspicious things. She is the epitome of the accidental transphobia.
Oh.
She
Oh,
does
no,
not mean it.
Lucy.
She's just a sweetheart. She doesn't mean it, but she gets very confused. And I don't blame her. It is a confusing thing, but I'm just smart enough not to say it out loud. Unfortunately, she will. She will say things out loud that she shouldn't.
Mhm.
She's the main reason why a certain name not being able to be used. She was really upset about it
Yeah.
because it was kind of her nickname idea. So she was
Yeah, of
quite
course.
frankly a little devastated.
Mm. Mhm.
But don't really matter. Honestly, I'm just glad I'm not around people anymore who change their fucking names all the time. I totally get that, like, changing your name is like it's a very personal thing. It's a very personal decision, but like, God, it's
But
so
when you
fucking
do it
annoying.
all the time,
It's so fucking annoying,
doesn't
man.
Feel as personal.
It doesn't-
like,
no.
It's not as significant either.
It feels like you're like totally downplaying like the significance of like being trans or having names. It feels kind of like the same thing as like changing your clothing for that week, which like
Yeah, and
I guess I
can
kind of like, for some people that might be how they perceive gender, and that's totally fine. But I think also when you don't take into account that like you have maybe friends who are a bit on the neurodivergent end, there is like a frustrating fallacy towards it as well. You're gonna get rambly PC because we're working on trash, so I apologize.
Yeah,
That's-
literally,
that was gonna
literally
happen.
Working on trash.
Working on trash while thinking about trash.
I can understand like experimentation, but like when you're constantly doing it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the other thing is like this particular person would constantly be like, okay, this is the name I want. And it was like, cool. And then they'd change it. And what's funny is like, I think they came back later and were like, oh, this name that was one of my first names, I've actually been okay with this whole time. Except I remember originally when because that was the name I first knew them by, and then they changed it, and I kept using it, and they pulled me to the side and said they did not want me using that name anymore, so I tried to use the new name. And then they're going back being like, well, actually, I said it was fine the whole time, and it's like, but you didn't, though.
Yeah, that's not
But you actually didn't, though.
how that works.
I'm pretty sure there was probably other people, maybe not present for that conversation, but at least were aware enough of, like, what they said and did at the time, who could give confirmation that that is just so not true. That they totally were not good with that name anymore, and they're just trying to use that as like well, actually, I did have a given name for everyone. No, you did not. Also, God, she was so hurt by, like, the nickname makes me feel childish. Oh, poor Lucy. That sucked. That was rough. Because, like, yeah, no shit, it feels childish. It was given by a child.
It was a child. Literally a child killing you.
And also, just, like, who fucking cares if a nickname sounds childish?
Nicknames are kind of
like without dead naming my sibling. So I won't say what their actual name is. My youngest sibling could not pronounce my middle sibling's name at all. Just could not. And I got the title of sibling, so that was fine. But they couldn't do that with the middle child. So for the longest time, my middle sibling's name, from the entire family, because we would all call them this, is Fifi. Because that's all my youngest sibling could pronounce is Fifi. And then it ended up being Fofi later on. They got Fofi, but it was just Fifi for the longest ass time. And it was...
I know.
I'm just noticing that Mike is still here. Candy wasn't used for the Easter egg. Candy was. I did switch in Candy for a little while. At this point, it should be Sawyer, probably, but I just switched it to Mike for funsies.
I know, I had, like, great uncle that, like, his name was, Zemaria, but apparently, we, like, as kids, we kept pronouncing it Chimenea for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how that
But
happened.
it's like, even then,
And
it's like...
everybody kept calling him that. I didn't even know it was his not his name until he freaking died.
Lamau. But it's
Oh,
like...
literally
well, that
took
took a
him
turn.
dying for me to realize his name was Zemaria.
I've also already gone through 2 mounds, by the way.
I'm finishing up the last one. Or the first one.
Oh, the first one.
I was gonna say, there's no way you're doing the last one. There's
No,
way more.
I misspoke. Sorry. Blah, blah.
I promise there is more.
No, I know. Trust me.
But like, I don't know. It's so hard because it's like there's a line of like not wanting to invalidate other people's experience where it starts like intersecting into like you are intentionally being inconvenient to the people around you. Whether you mean to be intentionally inconvenient or not, but you are like intentionally being inconvenient. And it's like what's worse is that like the like bigger context is like I was sitting there in a VC and had a friend basically be like, yeah, this person's been talking shit behind your back. And they've had issue with this name for a while. And they just didn't tell you. And it had not been the first time that had occurred. That something happened and they just chat talk behind my back without telling anyone. Except like one person. And then I find out later that it's like, oh, they've actually had this issue forever. And then it's like, okay, we need to talk. Because, like, dude, you need to be talking to me. That's not fucking okay. Like, it's fine that you don't like the name. Like, yeah, it kind of hurts. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't. And, like, to say that that is, like, you know, oh, it's just about their name, so you shouldn't have feelings on that is bullshit. It's kind of one of the things where it's like, I always feel really mixed about the people who get mad about their parents, like, grieving when they come out as trans. I always feel really 50-50 about that, because I think
Breathing?
yes.
What?
So there is a lot of Facebook posts out there, because of course it's Facebook, where kids will come out as trans and their parents grieve, like, the fact that they no longer have a daughter or a son or whatever. And I think that's really cringe. I think that's really cringe, and I think that's really gross. But, like, in the same vein, it's kind of like there is, like, certain relationship dynamics that do change just because of society standards on gender that I think people forget about.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, is it kind of gross that they're posting publicly about it? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I think that's gross. But, like, I think also there's, like, a bit of mercy that is also just not given to people. And this is somebody who is on, like, that side. Who was, like, you know, who was around people who said those gross-ass things. It's very strange. I feel very mixed about all of it. Being trans is complicated. And I think people around you are allowed to also have complicated feelings about it. Because I think as a society, gender has been upheld as rules and laws of how people act and how people behave. And while trans is in general usually like the ideology that like that's not really how gender and identity works, I think also there needs to be taken into account that most people do still think and feel this way. And giving people that, like, grace of time is usually more helpful than not. I say this as somebody who has trans siblings who I still accidentally misname and misgender on, like, a semi-constant basis. And my middle sibling... I've actually gotten pretty good with my middle sibling's name. Pronouns are a little harder for me. Pronouns are rough. But names are usually a little bit easier, thankfully.
Yeah.
But they're still a little rough. But when my middle sibling first came out, I could not for the life of me get their name right. And I found the more that they fought me getting the name right, the more I would mess up because I'd like get in my own head. And over the years, they've chillaxed a little bit. And during that time, I've also been able to not misname or misgender them repeatedly. Which is also another thing I find interesting, is I think also a lot of it has to do with like different people learn differently.
Yeah.
And, you know, working with how people learn usually helps in the long run. But autistic brain is really shit when it comes to changes.
Oh, absolutely.
People are really unforgiving about that sometimes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Change is hard, man.
Usually when people get angry because of like pronouns issues, it's like, or not even pronouns, just like name issues, it's usually just like whatever. You know.
Mhm.
Because, like, man, I, like, still get constantly, like, dead named by people who've known
Yeah.
me as PC for years. It happens. It's not that big of a deal. I don't care. And, like, I know that for me, that's a very, like, personal experience, and that a lot of other people do not share that, like, same careless, like, whatever kind of attitude. And for some people, it hurts, and I do feel a lot for them. But I think there's also, like, a level of, like, I don't know, a name is just a title, bro. Anyways, fucking certain thing I posted on my community page yesterday was pretty hot and spicy.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I've been catching up on all that hot tea. One of the people mentioned in the document just straight up deleted their socials.
Oh yeah.
they just straight up deleted their socials. And then the other one is trying to play like, oh, actually, I support them. Don't worry. But I'll talk about my end of the, what was talked about me when I get the chance. And it's like, oh my god, I think it was a disaster. They've lost 3 of the voice actors and 2 of the collaborators.
And one of them is like a major one. Like the
other one, the other voice actor that pulled out is the oh god, is the Imaginary Friends.
Oh man.
Honestly, I'm glad they stepped out.
Yeah.
It's like kind of several of the big ones that left. So a little bit of whoopsies there. And then also, they lost their collaboration with 2 other teams who've asked them to pull their content. One of them being, kind of like, no, the rival lab.
I don't know.
I don't know that one, but
I can't remember what it is in canon, but you can look it up. I'm pretty sure that's where Painter comes from.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they own that character.
A separate thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they own that character.
Oh, so they're not only. Oh, they're losing.
I'm not sure what that is.
That's a major character too.
But like a huge part of the lore is just kind of gone, basically.
Yeah.
Like a very significant portion of the lore, from my understanding.
Honestly,
like as in a pretty big rewrite would be required. Kinda significant. So
honestly,
that's kind of a yikes.
Probably should have expected this from the platform, like.
Yeah, and like, I feel very 50-50 about it. Because, like, I totally support the victim, and the platform sucks itself. So, like, it's really easy to just be like, yep, fuck it. But, like, also, it seems like a very, like, I did read over the document pretty heavily. Mm-hmm. And my opinion on it is that it's still assault because it wasn't clear. And I'm not going to describe too much because YouTube will kick my ass.
Yeah.
But it is still assault because there was not super clear consent. At the same time, a lot of the document spends a lot of time being like, I made it very clear in my body language that I was uncomfortable, and then went on to call Zeal autistic. And I'm not gonna say, I don't know if Zeal is or not. Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna say either way. But if they are, and the victim did use nonverbal communication to to try to like guide them towards not doing things. I feel like maybe there's like a little bit more here than just this is what happened, cut and dry. I think this is kind of a no parties are good situation, which kind of is like really sucky. It's just a very like I've not seen a lot yet, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see more. But so far, it's been rather interesting. I also think it is. I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of how many voice actors and collaborators pulled the plug so quickly without any other public statement being made. And that's not to say that I think Ren is lying. I just think that maybe it's a little interesting to see how quick people are pulling the plug. Because there could be... Not that I don't think there is. But there could be some evidence that actually proves that, like, it was completely consensual and, you know, this person's full of shit. And it's just Madge. You know?
Yeah.
But I think in general is probably better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel weird about everyone pulling the plug, but also, yeah. That's kind of what you do. If you look at how they talked about it, they intentionally joked about how no one would believe that they were the victim. See, yes, but there's no evidence that that joke occurred. That's... A lot of the really damning stuff has no evidence. And if they absolutely did say that, then that is really bad. But that is like one of the like big things that like has literally no evidence. None. Which is deeply concerning. It seems like they were fully aware they did something wrong. I do think that is the case. Like I said, I feel it is far more likely that this is a pretty cut and dry situation. But it's kind of interesting to look at it from different perspectives and just see the like, wow, this was a really complicated situation. There's also, I don't know, there are a few inconsistencies and stuff in it that were a little bothering, but also, you know, when people write something under distress, that tends to happen. Misspeaking does occur, so benefit of the doubt and stuff. So, it's just very interesting. I just think it kind of proves that, like, the internet is very picky choosy on what stuff they want to come down on hard and what stuff they don't want to. I think if this had come out, let's say even a year or two ago, I think this would have gotten brushed under the rug pretty heavily.
Yeah,
just because of how popular it was. I think even still, like, watching Reddit, it is being pretty heavily kind of brushed under the rug even now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No, I agree.
But I think...
Honestly, there's a lot of Roblox games where it's like...
Yeah.
But I think if this had come out a year ago even, I think this would have been super brushed under the rug. But because it, like, started losing its popularity now it's kind of, like, easier for people to look at it and be like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. Because they already were kind of done with it. But it's also why, like, games like Dandy's World and stuff have continued to, like, keep their popularity, continuing the controversies and stuff. It's just because it's still popular, and so people rationalize a lot of it.
Yeah.
Look, I know people who still play Dandy's World. I am friends with somebody who still plays it with their younger cousins. Every now and then. My
Why they do that?
my thoughts is that it is definitely not as severe as what happened with Pressure, because the current owner of the creator is not the perpetrator. And I'm not gonna I will not say that they are anywhere related. I do think that situation is probably the worst of the two. However, I think it was handled very poorly. I think it's still continuously handled very poorly. And I also think that the dev is just kind of lying. So there's that. I'm heavily confused on the idea that they just kicked the co-creator out without any issues. That's not usually how that kind of works. If they did co-create it, then they have a stake in the IP. And so any merch sales or any sales, they probably get a paycheck from. So
yeah,
I think
there's something legal involved there.
Yeah.
So
or they did just kick them off without giving them anything, which feels weird. I mean, I don't know. I'm not one to talk. I'm all for not giving credit to pedophiles for their shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. I'm very pro for that, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely, but at the same time, laws.
But laws are important to keep in place for other people and stuff, and it's just a very I don't know. It just feels very weird, and also it just means that later on down the road, if they do decide to do anything legal about it, then all the money that gets made during the time that they were not getting paid, they're gonna get all that money. Eventually, that person is gonna get that money, whether they're getting it now or later.
Yep.
And I think people want to kind of ignore that. If you look at, yeah. But I think in general, the document's kind of just unsurprising, unfortunately. The platform supports people like that.
Yep.
I mean, even if we were to use Dandy's World as an exception, taking away what the co-creators' actions were, the platform itself tends to host certain conversations quite a lot where there are minors and stuff around.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's gross.
I mean, all other platforms are kind of victims of that. There's a reason I don't do Hypixel anymore, and we tried to find an alternative way back early on, is because I genuinely, it's why I have my chat off, is because I got so used to it off while playing on Hypixel.
Also, it just looks better too.
It does look better.
Too,
it's
but
more professional and clean.
The immersion.
But Hypixel kind of solidified that for me, because God, there was so many nasty shit that could say said in the chat while you're on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and Hypixel is doing better at moderating that, but it was really bad at the time.
Dude, I remember back in the day before Roblox was and
that's a platform. I was gonna say that's a platform that's actively trying to protect their people. Roblox just doesn't care.
Nope.
And they've never cared, to be honest.
Not really.
I remember the times before the chat censorship was a thing. That was crazy.
It's not like other platforms didn't have some kind of censorship. I mean, I used to play Wizard 101 growing up. And Toontown Online. And Toontown Online, you couldn't type numbers.
Yeah, no, same with Roblox.
You couldn't type numbers at all.
Which was a bit annoying when you need to simply tell someone how many of something there is.
And you couldn't even, like, type out numbers. Like, you couldn't even spell out 5.
Yeah.
I was like, we've had things in place for this for so long, and it just feels like it's gotten nowhere. Probably because it's intentionally was going nowhere. Welcome to PC Talks About Random Shit. Till my brain explodes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, don't explode.
My goodness.
I do what I want.
I have to do this if Mars not here.
You've been
Well,
doing it
maybe
anyway.
Mars should be here.
Mars
Yeah.
said they would appear at some point, but
Yeah,
like they're
it's
not
too
here.
late.
So like,
They might have fallen asleep, maybe.
Really,
Well,
that
they
sounds
did
like their own fault.
Say something. They did like just say something about like 6 minutes ago.
But yeah, no.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'd have at least some level of moderation than no moderation, you know?
But I've been working at other casts and stuff, which has been really fun. Mostly just
Yeah.
one other, cause anything more than that, and it's just kind of too much.
It's a lot, and then
Also, cause then I have to deal with the stupid people stalking me, trying to cause drama for other people.
Oh my
Yep.
Which is honestly fine. I don't mind, because usually I get a message of them saying exactly why, and then it's just more proof that it's causing business harm, which will definitely not bite them in the ass later, but anyway. It's just kind of nice to, like, have a group of people, because I've already, like, discussed it with a few of them, and while I think some of the cast members are a bit leery because of what they've heard, the director and several of the cast members who have been talked about the situation are very, like, open and stuff about it, and have been, like, so welcoming and stuff. One of the co-stars for one of the series is so funny. I love talking with him, honestly. He sends me DMs every now and then, just being silly goofy. The other day, I had my
Right.
status as to something sad, because I was just not having a great day, and he sent me a DM being like, "Hey, don't you talk about yourself like that, bitch." And I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Oh, man.
My bad. Like, it was just so aggressive. I was so confused. I got so scared. And then they just like, hey, you're great, and people think you're awesome, and
It's true.
you have people here if you need people to talk to, and he's really sweet, honestly. I'm really excited because he wants me to help him work on a project, and I'm really excited, honestly.
Ooh.
Because
fun.
I'll be not quite co-writing, but kind of co-writing. Which is not something I've really done before. But I think mostly I'm like proofreading stuff and giving a more female input on certain bits. Like characters and stuff.
I'm taking a little break for my eyes. Don't mind me.
It's all good.
They're
starting to see
burn.
I'm starting to see double.
Dude, at some point it was like I like
gonna go
wiped away
cross-eyed.
tears from my eyes, and then they kept coming back, and I'm like, no, please, I need to see.
I'm going cross-eyed over here, man.
I've done 3 so far.
I think I'm at 4.
Nice. I'm catching up.
I might be
I don't
finishing up
know.
5.
I
Not really.
kept track. I don't know. I did a lot of small ones.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing more small ones. I'm trying to put off the big ones because those ones are gonna suck. But I think we're getting to the point where that's kind of all that's left.
Oh my god! I just looked at the like channel views,
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey!
and
Hello.
guess
Hello.
I just watched you run out. Peek your head in like, oh,
Dang.
hello, and then you just run away.
No, I go to a
Dang,
different
yes.
one.
Guess who has 10 million channel views?
Who?
I'm scared. So many. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're talking about me, Flickr.
Oh.
So many views.
Deserved.
Yeah.
Deserved. Well, you work so hard all the time.
I do. I do work very hard. I'm trying to like be a bit more patient with myself and a bit more like proactive on admitting that I'm doing good. Because so many people talk so negatively about me, and I have so many people that talk positively about me, and you know what? I shouldn't add on to the people who talk negatively.
Yeah, don't let them win.
That's just that so many people talking negatively then.
Oh.
And really, why would I want to add on to that?
Nuts.
Be like any of them? Yuck.
What?
You're better than them, don't worry.
Well, because if I was talking shit, it'd be like talking, like talking shit about myself like them, and that's ew. Being anywhere related to them is just kind of gross, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Who be honest?
No, I want to plug in the blocks. There we go. Flair, you should probably go to bed.
What? What?
Aren't you getting up early?
Oh, I didn't realize it was midnight. What the hell?
Yeah.
I've been doing rocks for like at least an hour.
I was gonna say the stream's only been going for an hour and a half, so I think the first like half hour to 40 minutes was me doing rocks on my own.
You can stay up a little longer, but you said you have to get up early, so yeah.
You probably shouldn't.
Rocks. So many rocks. I guess this is technically scrap, but it's okay.
It's not quite scrap yet. It will be.
No?
It's not textured yet. Anyways, I think Silent has fallen asleep in the VC, because Silent came in, and I think they were going to bed. And Ness is just here vibing.
I am.
Ness, I'm doing rocks.
You are. I'm very proud of you for doing that.
I'm glad you're proud of me for doing rocks.
I'm proud of you for taking some time to do some building. No, it's not. Normally, you don't get the builder brain cell.
I don't want it. I especially don't want it to just use on Brock. This feels like such a waste of my creativity.
I mean, you could go back to the Misfit house then.
Yeah, these rocks placing is actually not that bad. Like honestly, it's a lot of fun to be honest. Just doing the same thing and repeat, because then I can like watch Reddit and stuff, and like, you know, not do that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Dude, I have to strip out a room because I'm redoing how I do rooms now, and it means one of the rooms has to go for now, and it's just it's a pain in the ass.
PC in a moment, we can try and tackle a big one together if you want.
I'd be down to tackle a big one together. I'm kind
I
of
don't
looking
want to do
around.
it
I
alone.
just finished.
Do that.
I just finished the one I was working on. I'm kind of going
I am
around.
almost done. I am almost done with this little one.
Trying to find a big one.
More.
That one's pretty decently sized.
I'll teleport to you once this one's done.
That one's pretty small though. Here, I'll start on this one.
Yeah.
Or just tall.
Rocks. Wow. Wowie zowie.
But yeah, I had Purple and Mar make me cry. I was sobbing this morning.
Aw.
They just both wrote very sweet messages, and it just I love my friends so much.
Yay!
I love all my friends so much.
Yippee!
I don't feel fear of being like judged or getting yelled at all the time. I don't feel a constant anxiety that like I'm gonna fuck up what I'm saying. Especially now I don't have to fear at all that I'm gonna constantly have all my words used against me constantly.
Yeah,
like, oh no, you have screenshots from a private group chat where I say things that aren't necessarily like always public approved. Like, yeah, that's the point of a private group chat, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to say that I was saying like slurs or anything, but like, yeah, of course I'm going to be a bit more like aggressive and angry there because that's like a safe place. That's like so weird to violate that, especially from a group of people who got mad about a vent being shared. Lamau. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dogs literally were so fucking mad about a vent being shared.
Yep.
And then they do the exact same shit. Like, okay, buddies, sure, whatever.
Also, they did it publicly, like straight up. We put it in a private event, like a private.
We put it in a private chat.
Specifically for taking notes. That's purely what that chat is.
This is stupid. Honestly, I can't get over the death threat thing. I'm gonna be honest. I can't get over that. I don't think I will.
Which one?
Any of them. any of their like, oh my god, PC and their group have made death threats against us, even though it's like us making jokes in a private chat. That like the worst of them is like, I want to stab a pedophile. Which, like, yeah, and like I'm not actually ashamed of that at all. Quite frankly,
I know one of the claims was like friggin'.
Was like I don't.
Literally,
one of them
murder mystery, and I said, "I hope you die." Because we were playing murder mystery.
Yeah.
and they literally took it to heart. They were like, "We're no longer friends."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm more talking about the fact that, like, having a joke made about an old puppet death is supposedly a death threat. When, like, the death is, like, I don't know, fucking swirly. Like, well, swirlies is how because you drown because you suffocate. Therefore, this is a dog. You're taking too many steps.
Also,
dog, too many
that's
steps.
like
It's a
Star
character.
Kid thing too.
Also,
I'm pretty sure.
also, character they don't own, which is also another hilarious thing. It's like, for some reason, even though they weren't supposed to have it, we're not even going to talk about that because that's a whole separate other issue.
Oh,
like, they aren't supposed to even own the character, but they own the design of the character. They don't own, like, not to say that I own the name of the character either, because it's a pretty generic name. Like, there's probably, like, 8 other characters with the same name. It's like trying to say I own the name Charlotte.
It's funny because
But it's like the idea that they own the, like, design plus name plus death and everything is absolutely wild. Like, no, most of this, like, the identity of this character has always and will always belong to me. Completely. I still have full ownership over that. The only thing I sold was the design. If they decided to keep the name the same, that's totally on them. And while, you know, no matter how I feel about that, because they're not going to listen, is irrelevant, it's totally fine. Like, that is, they are allowed to do that. But to then, you know, be pissed because I make a replacement puppet, which was the plan anyways, which is something that the person who originally bought it was told. And the reason why they're pissed is because they weren't told it, because they weren't supposed to have it.
Supposed to have the character.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the person who bought the character was warned. But sure, get mad at me for that. Like, no, this was a warning. Like, it's so much a warning that, like, I bet I could DM the other 2 people who currently have ownership over the other 2 whose designs I sold, and they'll be like, yeah, you mentioned this.
Probably.
Which is wild. I got reached out by one of the owners of the puppets recently because they've been having issues with that group trying to take back the character because they're mad at them. Even though, like, full ownership belongs to them, which is crazy.
It's wild to think about, man.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, hey, you know, they want to be apologetic to somebody who wanted me to hang around, like, the person who did terrible, horrible things to me, but was also, like, you know, a zoophile and a pedophile. Then, like, hey, you know,
Oh, absolutely.
I guess that's who they want to side with and all that. That's totally fine. But, like,
Yeah.
this is now, granted, I don't think they're around that person anymore, so, like, good on them. I'm kind of glad that they got away because that person is, like, a terrible human being.
It's a terrible person.
Like, they're terrible. Far worse than this person was. Far worse. But, like, this is the reason we stopped being friends, was because they insisted on me hanging around this person who did terrible things to me. Which, speaking of which, they've, like, never apologized about that. Like, not once. And not these half-ass, like, I'm sorry you felt that way kind of bullshit. Like, no. The fact that, like, after several conversations of me trying to, like, beg to them to stop asking me to do this thing that made me uncomfortable, somebody who I trusted and cared about, I had to literally, like, lose my shit with this person to get them to, like, quit. And then their response was to go make my best friend cry at the time. Because they were mad at me. And it's like, no. Like, no, they have a lot to apologize for. That's a little more than just, oh, I'm sorry you were upset and, you know, didn't set boundaries and stuff, which was whatever. That whole group is crazy.
Literally. No, I think they quite literally are. Like, seriously. Oh my god.
I truly believe that they never grew past Star. And I just wanted so badly to, like, believe that they could have gotten better, and they just never did. They just traded who they worshipped. Worship not being in, like, a religious set, but in being more of, like, a... Just to make it clear before I suddenly get accusations of that again.
My god,
Maybe
that was
a better
whole
term
thing
would be
too.
idolized.
Idolize, there you go.
I think that's the term you were looking for.
Idolize is a lot better.
I think idolized is like the soft version of worshipped. I think I use like worship because it is a bit more intense. I think idolize would still gives you like a sense of like being able to reclaim reality. And I don't think these people have that capability. I think their brains have long since slipped from reality and has invented their own world. Some of them I feel a little bad for because I know they're being, like, manipulated into things, but others I don't feel bad for at all, I think. They'd always been kind of an issue.
I don't feel bad for any of them because...
There's, like, one or two I feel bad for, and it's probably not who people think it is.
I'm so curious. Could you DM me if you're willing
Put
to
it
share?
in the chat if you want to share.
Yeah, I'm curious.
At least them.
Hold on.
I do feel a little bad for them.
Oh, interesting.
I feel a little bad because I know that I remember them making a literal group chat about hating this person that I was added to, and I was so uncomfortable about it. And I feel genuinely so bad for them. Would I ever want to be around them again? Absolutely fucking not. I don't like them either. But I do think that they are having their, like, shit pulled.
Nonce.
And I do think that, like, in general, they do seem to be... Nice is not the right word, but they do seem to be trying. And I just think they've just got pulled into other people's, like, shitstorm. Honestly, I think they have a crush on them.
Goes to look, hold on.
And I think...
Oh, man.
That's, yeah. Because I think I remember something about that being said.
Oh, boy.
The only reason I don't want anything to do with them, even if they were to, like, apologize, which they'd have to apologize publicly, to be quite frank, considering all that they've said.
Oh, yeah.
No, you gotta make your wrong publicly, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
Apologize the same way that you caused damage, motherfucker. But I think the only reason that I would never want to be around them for any reason ever again, is straight up because I've been told by numerous people now that they did admit to several people that they had feelings for me. And considering how old they are, / were at the time, I am so uncomfortable with that. I'm so uncomfortable with that. I kind of wish I had known about it sooner because I probably would not have kept them around as long. Not because of anything in particular, just that is, like, really uncomfortable to know.
No, that's honestly, well, you didn't know, to be fair, so it's one of those things where...
It's a little different when you're, like, 18, 19, and you find out that you're, like, 16-year-old or 17-year-old friend has a crush on you. Like, that's a little bit different. It still is very strange. It's still like nothing that you should like engage with. But there's like a huge difference between that and being like 25 and finding out a friend of yours that's like 16, 17 likes you. That is so uncomfy. Hi, Mar.
Absolutely, man. Hi, Mar.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit Time. We're building rocks on stream. I think I almost did this big rock all on my own.
Oh, I got immediately distracted and started working on a larger rock too, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a big rock.
Well, okay. Whoops.
I'm almost done.
Okay, do you want... I was gonna ask if you wanted help.
No, I'm like almost done with it.
Okay, cool. I'm still working on mine. I could use a
I'll
little
explode
help.
if I want to, Mar. Yes. Too fucking bad. We're talking shit about people right now. Oh my god, okay. Here's somebody I want to talk a little bit of shit about. Because I feel like it. So, I keep thinking back to this message this person sent me. The last message they ever sent to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I am genuinely so baffled at what they were told that caused that message. Because, like, clearly they weren't given everything. But also, it was so strange to get a message from this person basically being like, the person who forced you into certain activities shouldn't be on your blacklist because they're not on Toy House.
Yeah.
And the reason I know this is because I had that done to me as a child. And that means I know that you shouldn't have them on your blacklist. That's weird. And I am so confused by that. Like, this is somebody this is not an IRL person. This is somebody who's like an online streamer who did this to me. So this is somebody who theoretically could get to this, especially since, like, we had friends who, like, in common, who were still around with me later, who could potentially be using this site to do that. Like, that. This is something people can do. And I'm so confused by it.
I don't know, man. I think I saw something on Toy House where, like, to keep blacklists, like, really short and stuff. Yada yada.
I don't know.
But, like, also, I think it's important to have your own, like, I'm uncomfortable with these people, please.
Listen, if you don't want to read through my whole fucking blacklist because you're lazy and don't want to do that, that's totally fine. But then get the fuck off my page. Like, why are you sending messages about how because you were a victim of something I was also a victim of, it means that you somehow have superior knowledge to this thing? Like, cool.
Yeah, that's not how
I'm
that works.
so glad you were also raised in a cult, so therefore you knew it was you didn't know it was unacceptable for that to happen for your partner. And so, but you handled it and didn't speak to anyone because you were not scared for your friends that would happen to them. Oh, wait. I don't think you were. I think you're just fucking going off your own experience, which is totally fine and reasonable, but your experience was not my experience. And maybe instead of, like, I don't know, having a conversation, just being like, hey, buddy, what the fuck's the context to this? And just, like, having a decent conversation, you instead decide to send messages about how you're fucking scared of me for some reason, which is fucking wild, by the way. Wild as fuck. I have found in my time that the only people who fear me are people who know they've done something wrong and know that I tend to very much fight against people who do wrong things. Surprisingly, the only people who ever seem frightened of me are pedophiles. Because you know what? I do remember a Star saying she was scared of me.
This is wild.
Yeah. The only people
There's
who
a
have
difference between being scared and being nervous. A lot of people could be nervous around you because you're big and cool, but like people who are scared of you are.
honestly kind of a red flag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at this point, it's just a big walking red flag for someone to be scared of you. I've just noticed that, to be honest.
Because, I get the I'm big and cool, and so that makes people nervous, but, outside of that, all the characters I play, and that's not to say, you can be big and scary and play, super soft and cute characters, but, I play soft and cute characters. I don't play a lot of spooky, intense characters. Even the ones that I play that are more intense are usually, pretty soft as well, which is crazy. I mean, maybe it's just me, but, it just feels like, especially to people who know me, you shouldn't be afraid of me. I'm far more afraid of you than I am. It's scary. But, so it's just very weird for people who's, supposedly know me to suddenly be like, I'm afraid of you, which is crazy. Also, yeah, they made another comment in that message. I'm not afraid of you, big sis. You probably should be, but that's because you're in Pi.
See, we fear you lightheartedly. They fear you /genuinely.
See, if you don't know me, then you might be a little scared of me. If you do know me, then usually you're not afraid of me. But if you really know me, then you're terrified. That's kind of how that works. But I know, especially because of just how strong my personality can be, that kind of intimidates people a lot. I think I'm very intimidating, but I don't know if scary is the right word.
You're very intense sometimes, but I don't really think that's a bad thing.
No.
And I don't really think that's scary. I was always so confused when people would mention that. I was like, why?
What I'm hearing is there is a bell curve of PC's horror, and I'm in the middle of not scary. There is definitely a bell curve. But I think it is more of if you don't really know me, then you're scared of me. And if you do know me, even on a surface level, then I'm not necessarily scary. I might be a bit intimidating, but I'm not really scary. And once you really get to know me, then that intimidation kicks in. But but they made a comment too about how I had children on my blacklist, and that meant that someday they wouldn't be able to get jobs. Which that is a wild statement.
What?
Yeah. They made a statement that I wasn't protecting children by having kids on my blacklist because it would prevent them from getting jobs in the future.
Oh, I completely missed that part. I forgot about it. Holy moly.
Just
That's wild, bro. That's not how that works.
I am a very big advocate on protecting children. But I also think that the moment we start, that a lot of people love to play the, oh, you like protecting children, but you're not protecting this child. No, you dumb bitch. I can't fucking protect everyone. And to put that on me is actually fucking insane. You are a psychopath. Jesus Christ. Like, are you seriously going to put the weight on protecting all children onto one person? Like, you are actually fucking, like, insane. Two, there are children who don't really deserve protecting, dude. Like, that's just kind of a thing.
I think people forget kids do bad things too.
Children can do
Or-
terrible, horrible fucking things. I have the right to not protect a child who calls my siblings slurs. I have the right to not protect a child who tells me to go kill myself. Like, I have the right to not protect them. Like, I try my best to protect kids as best as possible because I think that's the right thing to do. That does not mean in any way, shape, or form that I have to. And that certainly doesn't mean that I have to protect all children.
Yeah,
That is actually insane.
yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's good to protect kids in general, but like not every like kid.
Well, not every kid, the same protections are gonna work either.
Yeah, everyone's different too. That's also a factor. So it's like,
And like,
Perhaps
no, I'm not gonna protect a child that's encouraging other kids to speak to a pedophile.
yeah, like man.
Like, no, I'm not gonna protect them. What the fuck do you mean?
We tried to help them. They didn't want the help, so they are also danger.
Yeah, they're just as dangerous, if not more. Because people like you are like, oh, but they're a kid, so it's fine. And then you allow them to interact with other children where they, in fact, encourage more harmful behavior. It's kind of the, like... This is going to sound really stereotypical, and I apologize in advance, but it's kind of like the kids who, like, in public schools and stuff, and this is very, like, stereotypical TV, so don't mind me. Because my references are not from experience. But it's kind of like you watch the TV shows and you have like the weird kids, right? And they're usually fine, but you have like the vandals, the delinquents, the ones who like they're smoking, they're doing drugs. Those kids deserve to be protected by pedophiles. I'm not gonna say no. But that doesn't also mean that I'm not going to tell other kids that they might not be great people to hang around because they're encouraging other kids to do drugs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's this really weird, like, no. No, they deserve to be called out just as much. And that's so weird that you want to defend it in such a, like, no questions asked kind of way. It's like, it's very clear that that's being said because they were fed half-truths and that's why they're getting to where they are. And I feel bad in that sense. But also they're making art actively for a pedophile, so they can kiss ass as far as I'm concerned. They're so weird. It was such a weird comment to get. It's like, very clearly... You're not willing to listen. That's totally fine. I think it's really weird that you're using your own experiences of terrible things happening to justify you, like, being all knowing about this subject, which is very strange. And, like, it's fine. You just want to take away somebody else's voice as a victim because... I don't know. I don't know what you got out of it, but I can assure you it's definitely a look. Very strange look, but it's a look. I just think it's very strange of them to think that they decide that because they were also hurt as a kid, that meant their voice trumped mine in some way. It's a very strange experience. Anyways, I think I've gotten all the mounds done.
I'm still working on one. I think there's like two where I am. I need
Is
to find
Flare
the
still
other
on
one.
the server? Is that who I
Uh,
keep seeing when I run around?
I have no idea.
I
There was
see the
another
one you were
around.
working on.
Yeah. Almost done. Oh, hello.
Hi, hello. I've come in to interlope.
I see, I see. I don't know where the other one is, but I remember there being another one. I could have also finished it, but however I will. Oh. Eh. Eh. Let me see. This one's done. This one's done. This one is done.
Only missing 2 legs and it's to arrive in Vanner. Neat. I think it's just really interesting that is something that's been repeated to me. It's just like, oh, but you're not protecting this child. Like, you say you protect children, but you're not protecting this person. Like, it's not my prerogative. I'm not their fucking parents. Like, I care. I care to the point where I do so fucking much. But I cannot be expected to do everything and hold their hands constantly. They're not babies. They are teenagers. Like, they do know what the fuck they're doing to a certain extent. And also, like, I don't know, don't do stupid stuff on the internet. Like, I hate to be that person, but it doesn't matter whether I'm the one who does it or whether I don't do it. They're gonna have posted art of, like, not so great stuff on the internet. And at some point in time, an employer is going to cross that path, and that's going to be the reason they're not hired.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be because of my little blacklist. If anything, it's far more likely that it would be because of their own blacklist, because of how absolutely bullshit they're made. Like, I'm going to be honest, I mean, I own a company, so I can say this. Like,
You do?
as somebody who owns a company, if I get a resume for somebody who is, like, I don't know, script writing or internship or whatever, where you're working on writing or doing numbers, and I see the most nonsensical, like, back and forth wishy-washy document, like what they made, I would not even hire them. I wouldn't. It doesn't even matter if it was on an actual Predator, because, like, genuinely, like, what in the writing skills is that bullshit? Like, dog, at least if you're gonna make a document on me, do it right. Like, you bitch and whine and complain about the fact that I put it in video format, which is just so much superior, by the way. But you bitch and whine and moan about that, but I don't know. I think it's kind of weird that you can't fucking English. At least I'm dyslexic. Why I put it into a video. Like, if they really want to go down that territory, kind of weirdly ableist that they want me to write it out while being
Also,
dyslexic.
sidebar, right? When it comes to video format, so much easier for to listen than to read. Like, I can put it on while doing other stuff, and it's like I can listen and everything.
And they're the one that uses the weird ass fonts. So, like, you know, like, honestly, if I was an English teacher, there'd be some Fs, maybe some Ds. You know, maybe some Ds. Like, you tried. But, like, oof, wow. It's not even the spelling, it's just the grammatical of the sentence structure and just the overall like pacing of it. It's not even believable, which just isn't great. I think we may have gotten to all of it.
Yeah, I think this is everything. I've been kind of flying through and double checking everything. I think this is it though.
I will send SK a message.
Yippee! We did it, PC. Look at that.
Great job, guys.
Pretty long time of me rambling. Anyways, funny that they made a knockoff of Pi. I do know that. Dumbass.
My God.
Dumbasses. That's all I have to say about that. Is just wow. It's just interesting. It's an interesting thing. Like you're welcome to be inspired by it. In fact, I'm quite flattered that you were inspired by Pi. So you know. But maybe don't have it in a server where you originally talked about like 18 plus topics with people. That was kind of weird. That was a weird choice. But they
Bro really
scrubbed the
could have made.
server. They scrubbed the server. They made sure it was all gone. There definitely isn't another YouTuber that's like really big who did something like that and got in a lot of trouble for it. If I didn't have the context of the message is probably about the scrapyard being finished, that would have been a very terrifying message to receive. All I said to SK is, "It has been done." I think I gave poor SK a moment of like, the fuck? Oh yeah, you're talking about the scrapyard. Yeah. No, I'm flattered. Like you have my permission. Quite frankly, I don't care. Like copyright be damned. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Whatever. It just means that like you still need my ideas for things, which is sweet. Honestly, I'm glad you're still thinking of me. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna end stream here. I gotta go and do things. Hooray! Videos, but got stuff recorded until June right now, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a awesome day, and TTFN. Bye bye.
Bye bye.